Hey everyone, it's been a little while. Beginning of semester, kind of busy, crazy, but we're surviving. So hopefully you'll enjoy this. So today I want you to be introduced to lambdas and what lambdas can do. So once again, we're here in AWS, the Learner Associate Services. So this is the AWS Academy. For those that don't understand, that this channel is mostly to help people that are learning things, and specifically from an AWS Academy, we're playing with the Learner Labs because this gives the ability for students to play with AWS and not have to use their credit card. Okay, so I've already started the lab. I'm going to go ahead and click on AWS. It's going to sign me into the console. So I do want to encourage the professors out there that are using this, please make sure that you remind your students to look up here and make sure that it's Volclabs and it's not an account that they've set up that's going to be charging their own credit card, because it's not going to be fun. They don't want to get charged for running these, and it's great that they can learn for free with this. So hey, make sure it's there. So today we're going to use Lambda. And if you've watched my other videos, you know I'm trying to do some specific things that will help make my classes better. So especially since they got rid of AWS Educate, so I'm slowly trying to figure things out as time allows. So they have this monitoring function here, by the way, and I did look because I want to know how they're shutting down my EC2 instances. But that doesn't appear to be it. So that's okay. We'll find a way around that, I hope. So we're going to create a function, and we're going to do it from scratch. And we're going to call this EC2 for the win. For the win. Doesn't really matter. And we're going to do Python. The reason I'm doing Python is because the students at BYU Hawaii, they take Python is the beginning programming course that all IT students take. So also, being a lab, we're going to select an existing role because we don't have IAM permissions. That's one of the challenges here. But they do have this nice little lab role that has tons of permissions that you can do all sorts of crazy fun stuff with. So we're going to use the lab role, and that'll get us around it, although we can't use things. So we're not going to assign it, we're not going to network, so we're going to go ahead and create that function. And this is going to be really simple. And I will talk you through the code because it's not many lines at all. So what we have here is we're importing JSON and Bodo3 to be able to use those. We're setting our region to US West 2. And our Bodo 3 resource is EC2. So then we're going to define our Lambda event. So this is what's going to go on. First of all, we're going to take this instance here. We're going to do an EC2, right here, EC2, create instance, and we're sending in an image ID. So before we go much further, I need to show you where we get that image ID from. So I'm just going to open up EC2 in a new tab, and I'm going to close that. Come over here to EC2. Welcome back. Okay, and we're going to, if we say launch instance, right here, we're going to use an Amazon Linux 2 AMI, and this is the information I grabbed. I don't fully understand why it's different for different accounts, but some accounts it seems it's been different with my students. I need to understand that a little bit more. So just copy that. You're going to want to paste it right there. We're going to do one of these. So, and it's a T2 micro is the instant type. And the key. So key name with the labs. So once again, you can come here, back here to EC2. And that's where you can do a key, the key pairs here. And they already have created a key for you, which is stupid. Never trust someone else's key. But this is learning. So we do stupid things sometimes when we're learning. This is a key that they've created for us and they've given us access to. We can actually go into the AWS details and we could grab the key, download the PEM and stuff. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to show everyone my keys here, even for the lab, because it would make the security side of me cringe. But there's stuff here. Granted, I'm already showing you my account, but that's okay. So I digress. We're going to use the Volt key. If you're using this in a class, I would strongly suggest that if it's a higher level class, that students are creating their own key and uploading their public key. I, for one, actually have them use upload the public key into Canvas, which is the LMS system that I use. If it's an upper level class, if they give me their private key as part of that, I usually dock them points. But in a beginning class, sometimes I tell them only use the key for class, never give private keys to anyone, but give it to me because I get your keys. Anyway, not a good idea to give your private key to anyone. In a learning situation, if that's the only thing you're using it for, it's okay, but still not a great idea. But that's the key. If you don't know what SSH keys are, this is a good thing to write down. Ask Uncle Google for some help as to what SSH keys are and learn, because as an IT professional, you're going to have to know. So this is a logging thing. I've commented it out. We're going to return status code of 200. Then we're just going to send to the body, hello from the best IT class ever. Okay? So that's what we'll see if we've done this right. So we're going to click deploy. Deployed our changes there. Now we need to add a trigger. We could test this. I don't want to test it because, yeah, we'll just test it in our production. It's not. I mean, production is class, so that's fine. We can test it in prod. So we're creating an API gateway. This is a way to hit it online. So we're going to create the API, which is going to be an HTTP API. We're going to leave it open to the world because we can. And we're going to add. So what I've just done now, then, is I've added a way to trigger my code, and my code spins up an EC2 instance, a Linux server. So with this URL here, if things work, anyone in the world can spin up a server for me. So let's go back to the EC2 dashboard. I probably have some junk instances here that are still terminating. They will eventually disappear. Oh, get rid of that running. So I have 2 terminated instances. We're going to leave this up so that we can see if it works. If not, we can always just look at the logs, and we'll probably look at the logs anyway just to show you how to do that. So, but hello from best IT class ever. If it didn't work, I would have expected 500 server error here. So if I come here to instances and I click this little refresh, oh, happy day. Look there. There's number 3, and it's pending. It's starting up. So while it starts, for kicks, let's go look at some things, because oftentimes it's not going to work. You've got the API. You've got something wrong. So let's come in here. We're going to click Monitor. And this is where we can look at some things. But this is just going to give us, overall stuff to it. I'm going to actually click on View Logs in CloudWatch. So we're going to view the logs in CloudWatch. And this is going to be the log from it. This is where I had that print statement that I commented out. But if you look here, it has 1 run. And we can click on it. And we can see that here's the start, here's the end, and there's the report ID on it. So I got billed for that much with that memory. So pretty cool. And no errors. I mean, I can look at more details if it had them, but it doesn't. So if I come back here, this is now running. So I could pull down that key and log in. That key does stay the same every time you start the lab. So please don't share your private key. Before I end this lab, there's something I've got to do, because you know what? This URL is publicly available, and now anyone can start up Linux servers in my learning account, and I really don't want to do that. These are capped at $100 per class, so this is in a class. Well, $100 per student per class. So this, I mean, you could just start additional classes if needs be. That would be kind of stupid. Manage your money. So what I'm going to do here, because I don't want to leave this open to the world with how it is. There's no security on it. I mean, there's some simple things I could do. I could create a form that ties into this and only let the form hit it. And then I could put some type of a password on the form, or I can use authentication through AWS, the default stuff that they have. So there's a lot of things I can do, but I'm not going to do it right now. So we're going to comment this out, and we're not going to forget to deploy it. So the commented out is there. So this URL is still going to sit there. It's still going to function, but it's no longer going to create another instance. So if I come here and I hit refresh, it's not creating another instance because I've commented that out. Happy day. I hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.